Hey. So, I think it's pretty obvious that I really like Travis Scott's music, so I just thought it would be interesting to list a fact about every song. For a bit of clarification, by the way, this will only be released in solo songs only. I might do a features at some point, but honestly there's a lot and I could probably do a whole separate video delving into it. Also, any Alfaro song is off the table because they're not on streaming, and also there's not a lot to say about it other than the fact that they sample kind of Kanye songs or whatever. And with that going established, let's just get into it. Houston artist Z-Ro recorded a verse for the song. Later on, Travis decided he only wanted to use 2 of his bars.
Smoking hot, throwing up, right after your concho up. If I didn't rap ho, I do pornography, that's how I blow up.
But seemingly, since his instructions to the engineers seemed rather unclear, as per the session notes, Z-Ro was eventually cut, and T.I. ended up narrating. The melody in the first part of the song, interestingly, isn't sampled. While earlier versions of the song used Coleridge Taylor Perkins's flashbulbs, eventually producer/engineer Jordan Lewis ended up replaying it for the final release. Some of y'all might know that this song originated as an idea for Kanye under the name Ben Trill.
I've been trill, been real, I've been about it straight up. I done came a long way off a road, saving the fucking shit up before me cut it.
He was even supposed to be on the song before Future and 2 Chainz were added. But did you also know that Rick Ross was supposed to be on the song? He was referred to in the session notes as being wanted alongside Kanye, but neither of them ended up recording for the song. Shortly before Juicy J got on the song, Young Thug was briefly considered as a feature. There's a piece of additional production in the near final version of the song allegedly dated July 5th, 2015, that I'm pretty sure isn't in the final version of the song, but let me know if it isn't. Juicy J actually recorded 2 verses for the song. You can check out his alternative verse here if you want to listen to it. Chantal Jeffries' additional vocals that can be found on the Spotify versions of 90210 were, for some reason, removed on November 20th, 2025. This obviously wasn't permanent though, as they were added back within a week. The only thing that's actually sampled in the song is that bongo roll in the second part. It comes from a song titled Midnight and You by the Love Unlimited Orchestra. Everything else was a direct interpolation, even the lines were recorded by Travis Scott himself. And I can verify this because I've heard, and the keyword is heard because I don't have the original recording. I've heard the original recording. I didn't record it or anything, so don't ask me for it or anything like that. Casey Hill's vocals come from a freestyle that she recorded on January 10th, 2015. They weren't bounced or anything, but they were recorded on an open instrumental so that Travis could use them however he wanted to. Young Lee implied that he might have recorded a verse for the song. It's a bit ambiguous as to what he was referring to by recording a song for both Travis and The Weeknd on it, but it's probably safe to assume that he meant Prayer for Love, since this happened in 2014. Speaking of the Abel, did you know that he was supposed to be on this song too? After Chief Keef got on the song, he was slated to be on the song. I would guess to record some kind of hook, but that's probably just a guess. Even after Ray Shremmerd got on the song, Abel was still to be a feature, but he never ended up recording anything for the song.
Yeah!
The song was very briefly previewed at the Apple Music VMA commercial in August 2015, also featuring The Weeknd, coincidentally enough. The song was under the title Grave, and was confusingly enough said to be the last version before Kanye gave the song to Travis. But for some reason I can't find a source to back this up, so I guess this is just kind of a mystery. Plus, the snippet basically sounds identical to the final version, so I thought, why would they make a separate version just titled Grave just before the release of the song? It wouldn't even really make sense in my opinion, but that's just a thought. There's some additional vocal effects on Kanye that, as far as I know, were only on Apple Music. And they were also on Spotify for a short period of time when Chantal Jeffries was taken off 90210. Wonder Girl and Eastbound made the instrumental after hearing the sample being played on the radio at the Keg, which is a steakhouse in Toronto. Travis didn't initially clear the Lee Field sample and lost out on about 50% of royalties. The "You Already Know" bridge is actually a sample from none other than the producer of the song, Alan Ritter himself. He said he made the song alongside a few friends in Yonkers, New York in 2010.
I'm actually singing on it. So it's a song from like 2010, and by the way, that song is not out at all, so y'all are not gonna be able to find it. Here's how the original of the song was.
To this day, the sample is still yet to leak, but I'd be really curious to hear what parts of the sample were cut. But I will say though, this sample is actually really fucking beautiful. Initially, Maria and Junk were split into two songs so they could be progress tracked a bit more easily. Even in the latest demo, Travis still has rough vocals on it, so it's possible that he might have recorded his vocals at the very last minute. The song actually originates from 2012 and is a scrap from Mac Miller and Pharrell's scrap tape, Pink Slime. Skepta actually freestyled over an earlier version of the song in an October 2015 episode of Ethertone.
Most of the time I'm calm, but right now I got the devil in my palm. I know I said that I wear sunglasses at night, but tonight I need to see Wagwan. Wanna see somebody drop to the ground. No civilians, no doctors around. Who said life is priceless? So far your life cost me £1. One phone call and a 10p text. All of my man them link up quick. We don't care what ends he reps. When I said it, should've known it weren't any old rhyme. Got a couple killers that are never online. Might see the shadow in a video of mine. Standing behind the camera with a director ready to shoot an MC one time.
Wow. Wow. Oh, the tone.
Travis had a version of the song with Pharrell's hook for a few months, until Toro y Moi got on it about a couple months before it released. Several unused vocal takes were used to make a fake edit of the unreleased song unofficially titled Pressure. Have a gander for yourself right here. Wonder Girl was sent the instrumental for ideas, but it's unknown if she ended up adding any production to the song, and if she did, if there's a version that has such production. Like with Maria, I'm Drunk, the song was split up into two parts so they could be progress tracked a bit more easily. T.I. recorded a couple verses for the song, but it's unknown whether some narration was involved. Even though he recorded 2 verses for the song, they were left unused, and they were never bounced anyways. And that'll do it for Rodeo. On a Birds in the Trap. The intro part is actually taken from a demo of Cashmere Cat's Europa Pools, and is actually partially why Evian Christ has production credits on the song. The song ended up releasing without Travis and had Casey Hill on it. Travis actually wanted to have Andre 3000 narrate the entire album, but was surprised to find out that he only recorded for the ends. Kid Cudi actually ended up recording a whole verse for the song. According to Travis, it was recorded shortly before the album came out, which is why it didn't end up making the cut.
Honestly, I wanted him on that song first.
Yeah.
And I played it for him, and he did just mad ad-libs on the song. He still has a verse on the song, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, word.
You know what I mean? I might drop that.
Like, come out, way
you know
back
what I'm saying?
remix.
But he did it mad late, he just did it yesterday.
Yeah.
The instrumental for the second part leaked sometime in 2023, and was actually originally titled Team Test, which means angriest in Norwegian. Which naturally makes sense because Cashmere Cat is Norwegian. It includes some additional production that ended up being unused. The song uses what seems to be an earlier version of the song Bossed Up by Juicy J and Wiz Khalifa. Or maybe it was the other way around and Coordinate was made from Bossed Up. Either way, both instrumentals are produced by TM88 and Q-Beat, so it makes sense that they both sound really similar. The original melody loop was titled Woodruff Taste. Whatever that had to do with the titling of the final song, you tell me because I have no idea. The song was actually originally Nav's and is from or before April 2015. The song was originally titled She Want More, and it had a different vocal take on Nav, as well as a different mix. Sometime later, the song was given to Travis, and he recorded for it in June 2016. The instrumental was first used by The Mind on Animated Ambition, which released a few months before the release of Birds. Many people thought that Travis just stole the instrumental from them, but producer Richie Riera is definitely more likely to have just sent the instrumental out to both artists, not knowing who would use it first. The original melody loop from Q-Beats was titled Vol Batida de Coco. My guess is the beat was titled something along the lines of this and inspired Travis to write the hook about Coco. It's thought that Kanye could have potentially remixed the song. Travis called Ebro to tell him that Ye was remixing a song off the album, and it was thought to be Outside. Whatever came out of this was supposed to be debuted on Wave Radio, but this never ended up happening due to unknown reasons. The music video for the song was shot in 2017, but never ended up releasing. Sauce Walka, another fellow Houston-based rapper, claimed that Travis supposedly stole his verse, so he might have recorded a rough reference track of sorts, but this was disputed as Travis said that he wrote this song during one of the darkest times in his life. Alongside this, Schoolboy Q had his own version of the song that might have been considered a very rough reference, not necessarily for Travis. Since he didn't think it was that great, he ended up giving the beat to Travis. The beat was also sent to Party Next Door and Jeremiah, Rihanna, Drake, Future, and Young Thug. Even after the final mixes were made on August 31st, 2016, revision mixes were made anyways for several songs, including this one. It just sounds like the released version though, it doesn't sound any different whatsoever. Mike Dean's additional production to the song was added on or shortly after April 20th, 2016, judging by an Instagram post of him bouncing the song. Something I'll never get is how Travis literally just straight up stole the song from Thug. Like, dude, you just for real nabbed that shit off him while he was asleep. Or, like, why would you even do that? I'm so sorry, Jeffrey. It was his fault anyways. The song was actually leaked a couple months before it released officially. The song was previewed as a throwaway in July 2016, but the song was finished anyways and was included on the album. I guess it was just a throwaway that Travis really wanted to finish and include on the album because it sounded good. And it does. DF actually sent in different vocal stops for Travis's version. Travis's version is essentially just a remix of the original song that K-Force dropped on June 5th, 2016, so DF likely just sent in new productions to differentiate the two from each other. Even earlier versions of Travis's version uses the original instrumental. The song was seemingly renamed to Wonderful Time for a short period of time before Mike Dean added his production in. Abel recorded for the song on December 22nd, 2015, and his vocals were re-recorded from a voice memo from his phone, which honestly sounds quite funny when you listen to the original version back. An earlier version of the instrumental was used by Tinashe for Aquarius Throwaway in the meantime that was leaked in 2014. And that'll do it for Birds. Kinda had to dig a little bit harder for these facts, but I'm hoping Astroworld will go a little bit smoother. Hey, seeing as we're at the halfway point, I'd just like to remind you that all of you are subscribed. So thank you very much, and keep it up. The second part of the song had seemingly always existed, judging by a comment from Travis in the Wave Radio episode released today after Astroworld had released. I have a feeling the second part might have only just been a mumble freestyle created shortly after Birds had dropped, and he only finished it during the Hawaii sessions, because it appears in the scene from Look Mama Can Fly as being unfinished. And when Travis teased it before the song was released, he only played the first part. This leads me to believe that both parts were only connected after they were finished. Frank Ocean wanted his vocals taken off the song as per a cease and desist letter, but they later resolved this shortly after the album came out, and claimed that, quote-unquote, the cease and desist wasn't about loudspeaker emoji, it was about rainbow flag emoji. The first part of the song was recorded on the night that Birds had dropped. Travis and Drake actually did a full song to the beat, and it's still yet to surface. Alongside this, there's a Hit Boy version that was made in 2016 titled Carnage. Source? Just trust me, bro. The song was made and recorded on January 4th or 5th, 2018. Sway Lee wasn't initially there for the song's conceptualization, and producer FKI First was surprised to find out that he was on it. There's a P&D song that has the same melody loop as the song. It's titled A Milli, and there's only a snippet available, but I'll just let you know it's very low quality if you want to listen to it.
I just came up off a milli.
Wonder Girl and Gejin seemingly made at least 4 beats during the session they made the original version of the instrumental, judging by the fact that the original version of the instrumental was titled Yoga AST-1. There is a Yoga AST-2, and it was used on a song with Killian Jugger titled Riot. Here's a sample of that. If you thought the song sounded very Kanye-wired, then it's probably not too surprising to find out that the song originally started out as a Kanye demo. Actually, to clarify things a bit further, it was probably a solo Travis demo, since he provides backing vocals on a Kanye demo. Eventually, Travis ended up giving the song to Kanye at some point in 2018 probably, and later on he took it back after Kanye didn't end up using it. The song is mixed so loudly that you can hear crackling noise from the guitar and synth pad clipping. This song was made in the same session as Rip Screw on January 4th or 5th, 2018. Which naturally makes sense because both are produced by FKI First. A snippet of a near-final version of the song circulated before the album had dropped, and was said to have originated from a relative of someone who was involved with cell therapy, the Goody Mob song that was sampled on the song. Vori has a song over an earlier version of the instrumental that later ended up featuring Pusha T. The song itself is untitled, but the file name has CWBDI in it. The instrumental was titled in similar fashion. Frank Ocean has a demo of Biking that shares drums with the song, produced by Jing, formerly known as Frank Dukes.
Thinking maybe the government got nothing to do with it. Thinking maybe the feeling just comes and it goes.
Nav initially recorded more vocals for the song. He confirmed this in an interview with Genius. Whether these unused additional vocals were used in an earlier version of the song is unknown, but I guess they were simply just not bounced, and only the vocals that ended up making the cut were bounced. The melody loop actually wasn't made by London Sear, Wonder Girl, or John Mayer. While it's true that John Mayer did add some guitar to it, he only added some power chords during Dawn's verse, and the top line during the halftime bridge. Even Wonder Girl seemingly implied that she doesn't know that London Sear didn't make the melody. It was actually made by some random ass producer. I won't list their name, but even if I did, their name is so generic you could find like 10 billion producers with the same name. And also, no, I don't have it, so don't ask about it. London Sear just made a few chops of this random dude's melody, and then just sent them off to Wunda, who then threw those into Fruity Slicer. This song was actually the last song recorded for the album on June 28th, 2018. Cardo and 30 Rock said in an interview that anytime the melody cut out, it was because they were actually actively making the beat in real time as Travis was recording his vocals. As implied by Murda Beats in an interview, Nicki Minaj might have recorded her own song over the instrumental before sending it to Quavo. Quavo actually had a different song over the beat called Bigger Than You, which was previewed by DJ Durrell in a nightclub in September 2017. Because it shared an instrumental with Butterfly Effect, many people falsely assumed it was a remix. Murda later ended up reworking the instrumental, then 2 Chainz and Drake got on the song, and it turned into Bigger Than You. Denzel Curry made the song to the instrumental, and, once again, because it shared an instrumental with the original song, many people thought it was a remix of sorts. Denzel later confirmed it wasn't by saying that Seven Thomas had simply sent out the beat to both artists without knowing who would release their song first. Seven Thomas also originally titled the beat for the song Californication, fittingly enough. This is relatively untethered to the song itself, but Travis in 1985 made another song together that wasn't Coffee Bean. It's yet to be heard, but it's also unknown if it's a song that we already know about. 1985 watched Travis write the song as he was being played the instrumental for the first time, despite the fact that Sci-Hi the Prince recorded a reference track for the song, which the goal of that was probably just to catch the flow. And that's it for Astroworld. In my personal opinion, I don't find nearly as much of these particularly exciting, but you learn something new every day, to be honest. I'm sure Utopia won't be too much of a letdown because I know a lot about that album and I've kind of researched a lot about it before this video. Travis made the instrumental in around March 2020, after hearing several songs from Owl Pharaoh and Days Before Rodeo, and taking inspiration from what he heard. He may not have recorded any vocals right away, but he titled the instrumental Cats and Tigers. Lil Uzi Vert was sent the song in early 2023 by Wonder Girl, and recorded the song to it. The song is still yet to leak to this day. We all know that Casey wrote the song and was unhappy with not getting credit. But did you also know that alongside him, Sway Lee, Jazzy, and Baby Tate recorded their own references while the song was still Kanye's in early 2020? The melody loop is actually an uncredited Looperman sample from Miami-based Cuban producer Cohiba Beats, was called Traper Belts, and was made in 2018. He spoke about not receiving any credit for his work, but was hoping to work something out so that he could receive something. Cohiba, if you're watching this, please actually get something because you need that, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro. The song was probably recorded in spring 2021 when Teasel was listed as a guest at Astrofest 2021. He confirmed in an Inaccessible interview that an open verse version existed. It's common belief that the song samples Over There by the Japanese House. This is more than likely just a large misconception because Justin Vernon's solo version of the song, featuring Dula Saleh, was previewed in 2020, but confusingly enough, Travis said it was the first song made for the album, so this might date it at 2019 to 2020, which would be strange for Justin to do for the song that was Travis's. Anyway, Justin Vernon likely just sent the same demo to the Japanese House and Travis, and Japanese House definitely just used it before Travis released it. Her song was released in June 2023, and Travis definitely didn't just make the whole song in just under 2 months. The song uses a melody from Des Wright's Space Cowboy sample pack, and it was originally titled Must Be Leaving. It was on the Splice page before the album released, but when it dropped, it was taken off. There's another song that is also produced by 30 Rock, and also uses a melody from the Splice loop pack. It's an unreleased, untitled Don Toliver song, unofficially referred to as 30 Rock.
Beat down your heart, I'm in and I'm out. Don't need no cloud.
This probably implies that both instrumentals were made in the same beat making session. They even go as far as to have a very similar drum pattern. Travis said that this was quote-unquote like the second beat that he had made for the song. Travis had also seemingly alluded to the song when promoting Astrofest in 2021 by quoting the song on his IG saying, "Meet me at the festival. VR." For A, Uzi recorded the second verse initially in 2021 that ended up getting unused. For Meltdown, producer Benny X posted a snippet of a fake song with Travis, Drake, and Yeat on it titled New Money on April Fool's Day 2022 that featured the same melody as the first part of the switch up. Producer Jahan Sweet said in a podcast with Lucid Monday that he made the main melody on a Juno synth. Also, the quote-unquote siren that some remakers thought was in the song is actually just a Sheck West ad lib. version of the song with a very rough Kanye reference verse/hook was part of a Utopia copy dated May 14th, 2020. It leaked just last year alongside a bunch of other Kanye freestyles. OZ briefly showcased the original FLP in an episode with Lucid Monday. Rob 49 said in an interview that when he was played the song for the first time, it sounded quote-unquote mellow, and it seemingly had a beat switch at the end. Likely everything for the final song may have come from this part, and later on the beat switch was kept and turned into a full song. 21 Savage also wasn't there initially, and he was added months after Rob recorded in July 2022. Lil Baby also recorded something for the song, but it's unknown as to what he recorded, since nothing of the song has surfaced so far. Producer Harry Edwards showcased the original melody on a post on TikTok.
Unreal, what is this?
There's very little info known about the origins of the song, but Wonder Girl said that it started out in New York, possibly around the same time as Modern Jam in 2021, which would make sense considering both songs at their core are just reworked/revisited beats from Uses. The additional vocals that were thought to be Don Toliver are actually just Travis, just very heavily format shifted.
Looking through a glass, watching by the bushes, waiting on a breeze.
A snippet of a version of the song that's essentially the same as the physical version, but with a different mix, very quietly surfaced on Instagram shortly before the album came out.
Have you ever been lost?
Despite being so heavily different and it having a long-ass intro, the version played at the Dior fashion show in 2021 and the final version are exactly the same length, and the only thing that really changed was just the addition of the Alchemist's beat switch.
Y'all feel like that?
Wonder Girl sent Travis the original 2014 version in 2021, which was how it leaked in 2022. Petty may have also recorded during this time, since he said on Twitter that he had recorded something for the album, quote-unquote, a while ago. Unless I'm just completely misunderstanding everything, Rob 49 might have been wanted on the song, because it was being played the song with The Weeknd and Bad Bunny in early July 2022, which he turned down being on. This is still a little bit unclear because he said that only Bad Bunny was on the song this one time, with all the other times just referring to it as a track with Abel.
Used to wanna fucking R&B bitch and that shit happened.
In 2025, Victory Blade wasn't super happy that the song released with her hook that she wrote in 2019, with Future and SZA. She implied that she still wanted to release her own version after Kanye scrapped the song from Donda, but the release of Telekinesis fucked up all the plans. Despite this, she still implied that she still wanted to release her own version of the song that was essentially exactly the same as Kanye's version from way back, both new production, Travis's hook, and a new verse from Victory. Please let me know when this version ends up dropping. A small artist that not even I know about, named Suave, made their own, unheard, version of the song with James Blake in 2018. That has very different production, though it's still Metro beat, and a different vocal take from James. The song was in contention for Heroes and Villains at a very early stage, because it appears on an earlier track list seen in a ClickUp video of his. Tom Elmhurst, I think, who was the mixing engineer for the song, essentially muted the different drums that were on the 2019 demo and swapped them out for slightly different drums for the final release version. Lil Baby also recorded for the song too, though once again, his contributions are unheard at the moment. Well, I think that'll be it for the video. Honestly, thanks a bunch to my friend Aiden Kenway for motivating me through this whole thing, and being so supportive of it all. I genuinely wouldn't be able to make this video without your positive input throughout the whole thing. I'd also like to thank another friend of mine, Madden, for coming up with the original idea for this video. He primarily focuses towards Portal 2 content if you guys find it interesting, but I think he's really cool and you should definitely go check him out if you're interested in some niche content that I like watching. Lastly, thanks to all of you if you managed to stick through all of this. You genuinely don't understand, some of this shit takes several days to complete. I've just been pouring out content. I thought maybe including a few singles would be interesting to say the least, but honestly there's not a lot, and to be absolutely fair, I probably wouldn't have much to say anyways about them. One last thing I'll say is that if y'all genuinely have video ideas for me that involve taking a large chunk of my time and researching, please just let me know, because I honestly don't even know what I want to center my channel around. I'm just a pale ass white boy that's just got out of high school recently and is soon gonna probably be going off to college. So anything would be greatly appreciated, but you don't have to suggest anything, I'm just suggesting things out there. I'd also really appreciate it if y'all subscribe, but you don't really have to, it's just an option. I'd also really appreciate it if you just left a like on the video, but honestly, you don't have to. Again, it's just a nice suggestion in my opinion. Honestly, I don't really have much to say after this point. See you in the next one, whenever that might be.